G'day ice cream lovers, my name's Steve Christensen, the Ice Cream Bloke, self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School. Glad to have you here on this episode of the podcast. Do want to thank our episode sponsors, Stan Sitten, Laura Sitten. I don't know how many members of the Sitten family are up there at Green Mountain Flavors, but they'll certainly help you with some great extracts, some all-natural flavor, all-natural coloring to your ice cream products. greenmountainflavors.com is the website. Thank you, Stan, Laura, and all the crew up there for your episode sponsorship. I do want to tackle a few questions, very simple questions that we often get asked here at Scoop School, either in a class environment like we have here in our lab or over the email and over the phone. A lot of questions that you would think that, well, this is kind of a relatively simple question, but for those in the industry, for a lot of people who are new to the industry, they're questions that are burning for them, and sometimes I think we overlook the simplicity of the information that we have. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but a question we get a lot is, do I have to use a whole bag of mix? So your ice cream mix, particularly if you're in a good area that has a great dairy infrastructure, will come to you from a mix company or a dairy. It'll come to you in a 2.5 gallon bag, 10-litre bag. Some areas that do local distribution, a dairy might offer that product either in a 2-gallon bag. Regardless, most of those bags will be like a double wall poly bag with a removable cap. It'll either screw off, and most times it's a pop on and pop off cap. And the question that we get asked a lot is, do I need to use the whole bag? And very easily the answer is no, you don't need to use the whole bag. If you've got a certain recipe that only calls for a 2-gallon base, or 2 gallons of base, and you're opening up a 2.5 gallon bag, you simply put that removable cap back on, and then you put it back in your cooler, your walk-in cooler or your under-counter cooler, and simply use it the next time. A couple of things you will need to be aware of. One is that every time you take the cap off that bag, you're basically introducing it to an environment where there is airborne bacteria in and around the store, as well as in the walk-in cooler. So like everything, when it's beautifully packaged and sealed at the plant, it's packaged under controlled circumstances where they can verify the use-by date or the purchase-by date. Once you take that cap off and all of the interactions and leaving it on the counter and different temperatures of walk-in coolers and under-counter coolers affect it, you may affect quite savagely the use-by of that product. So you can put the cap back on, you can put it in the walk-in cooler and then redo it again, but be very, very careful that you need to utilize that remainder portion as soon as you possibly can. Secondly is that you may want to have what we call a remnant bin, where if I've got 3 or 4 bags that might have a gallon and a half a gallon in it, you'll have a certain place to put them. If you've got different types of ice cream product, please be aware that, again, we've had a previous video and I'll reference it under here, that you can't just add 2 different pasteurized products together and have them all pasteurized. So if you're utilizing the same mix from the same manufacturer, it should be fine to put all of those remnants, if you will, into one batch. You might find at the end of the week of ice cream making, you've got 3 or 4 bags there that have half gallon, full gallon, and you can utilize all of them, put some flavor in, run it through the batch freezer or the blast or the soft serve machine or the custard machine. But make sure that you're mixing like products together. And secondly, be very well aware of what's been put into that bag to enhance it. So for example, you may find that you go through the process in your store of adding vanilla to the bag, mixing up the bag and then utilizing it in the batch freezer or the soft serve machine. If you have a remnant left of that product, then you may find that, well, and it's true to the case, is that it's already got vanilla in it. That product that's left, half gallon, gallon and a half, has already had vanilla put in it. You don't want to be in a situation where you're double vanillaing, you're kind of doubling down on the vanilla, or you continually kind of add that to a base that already has vanilla in it, and then there's some disparity in the vanilla flavoring that you have for your vanilla product. So two things to be aware of. But look, don't feel as though you need to use all of the base. Store it in one place, make sure it's of like manufacturer, like product before you mix it again, and just make sure that you've got the right amount of vanilla or any other flavor in there to keep consistency with your menu items. Thank you for listening. Nice easy one today. Thanks again to Green Mountain Flavors, greenmountainflavors.com, and look, we'll talk to you in the next video. Keep on scooping, folks. Talk to you soon.